Hey guys, in this video I'm going to show you how to swap out an old doorbell chime for a newer one. If you're doing it, you're probably in my shoes where your old doorbell cover is yellowed and very outdated. Looks like a piece of Lego. And the newer one is a big improvement, especially like in my case when you're about to paint the walls. You want to update things like this first. Before you start, make sure to cut power to the doorbell. When you buy the new doorbell chime, it's going to say must be installed with a low voltage transformer. If you already have a doorbell on your house, there's already a low voltage transformer. That applies to new construction. You're going to need a transformer. But if you've got an old doorbell, then it's going to be plug and play, swapping the old wires onto the new wires. The problem that you might face is when you go to swap the doorbell wires and you realize the old doorbell has them labeled by numbers 0, 1, 2, 3. And the new doorbell has it labeled by front doorbell, rear doorbell, and transformer. The reason I'm making the video to explain to everyone what they mean. 0 is for common, 1 is for your rear doorbell, 2 is for your front doorbell, and 3 is for your transformer. Front and rear, they can be swapped interchangeably, but most doorbell chimes will have a separate doorbell ring for front and rear. Front doorbell usually chimes twice, and then the rear once, just so you know which door that people are at when they're ringing your doorbell. If you only have one doorbell chime at the front, then you only have one wire. My common 0 is empty, and in the new doorbell, you don't even have a slot for a common wire. And if you see up here, there's a pair of white wires that are just twisted together. That's because they don't need to be connected to anything, just themselves. How romantic. And there should be a Moret cap on there. So tisk tisk to whoever installed this, I'll make sure to get one on there. But because I do have a common, those white wires could have been attached to here, and I'm assuming they weren't because they're a thicker gauge. They probably didn't fit under this tiny screw. But their job is just to pass through the doorbell chime, and they're connecting the transformer to your doorbell button. And because the new doorbell chime doesn't even have a common, well, this is a setup I'm going to have to use. To get the wires off the old chime and onto the new, you're going to have to unscrew them from the terminals and carefully pull them out from the back of the doorbell chime. Before you do that, label each wire and where it went, because if you mix them up, you'll be left with a mess. There's too many combinations to just guess around, so if you do get stuck with that mess and forget which wires are from where, well, 2 are going to go to the doorbell switch, but 1 is coming directly from the transformer. So you'll just have to use a voltmeter in the AC setting and test each wire, and the one that reads 10 volts will be the one coming from your transformer. And the 2 doorbell switches, they can be interchanged. Doesn't matter which terminal they get hooked up to. It'll just change whether your front and rear doorbell get a single or double ring when pressed. Perfect. Guys, if you like this video and it helped you install your doorbell chime, give it a like and leave a comment. I love reading them. It means a lot and it helps a lot too.